I think that should be a little bit better there. How's it going? How's it going, man?
Good. Oh, wow, look, Tundra Band.
Tundra Band coming out, yeah. We're already jumping right into it, it looks like. So, of course, Tundra coming out from Lion Esports Club. On top of the Scout, you got Ophelia Tempest coming out from Denali Esports. Tundra Band, not too surprising, though. Probusc plays a pretty mean Tundra, kind of like you do, Moonmeander.
Yeah, everyone's watching Mac and was scared of Tundra. Tundra Cheese from Denali, and everyone believes Tundra was a Denali nowadays.
Yeah. Yep, it seems like that's definitely the case, and kind of repeating that here. So, going to be banned against Denali Esports as far as the picks are concerned. Again, we're jumping into game number 1 here. We got Wretched Hag, of course, the first pick. Keeper the Forest Response. Look at the Warbeast, though, coming out for Denali Esports. One thing to note, of course, Keizu is playing for Denali Esports this cycle. He is currently ringing for them in place of Flensmeister. I don't believe it's a permanent change by any means. Just happens to be playing in place with Flensmeister not being in action this cycle. But with that said, Warbeast picked up. That's a strong start there. Again, with the Tempest ban, not having to worry about that. So I'm sure they're happy to have Warbeast, right, Moon?
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with Zap. First picking Hag instead of first picking Keeper. With Tempest banned, Keeper's value goes down slightly. Don't get me wrong, the hero is ridiculous, but Hag is just one of those really all-around heroes who can go anywhere because he's great at room control. Plus, since Keeper and Warbeast was on the board, he picked Hag, enemy team picked Keeper, he picked the other one, which is Warbeast. So, yeah, Slap with the first pick Hag, really smart.
Yeah. And then they get the Parasite on top of that. Speaking of Slapped, he loves to play that Parasite when it comes down to it. Not going to have that Parasite Tundra combination by any means, but Parasite Warbeast also pretty damn good in terms of being able to infest those Hellhounds, actually, and kind of use them as stealth-like minions to move around, both get information and set up kills. So I'm actually liking Denali. Denali Esports has definitely got a strong draft going here to start things off. Pestilence, of course, coming out for Lion Esports Club. We talked about it yesterday. I had Insanity actually on the cast, making points that Pestilence is the go-to hero for Super KG, it seems like, as of late, and they finish off with Bubble. So how's Lion Esports lineup shaping up for you, Moon?
I can already tell instantly it's a jungle keeper because they first of all they don't want to go long lane and with keeper of the forest because they know it's going to be 1 versus 1 because it's a parasite jungle. Second of all, they don't want to do keeper in 2-2 because there's a Warbeast suicide which directly counts as a dual lane short lane because Warbeast is going to get farm and the support isn't going to be able to box up the Warbeast at its own tower.
Mm-hmm. So
what Lions chose to do is pick Bubbles, the suicide, and put jungle keeper. And what they're doing right now, keeper that is, he's banning all the heroes. Hanskin that is, he's banning all the heroes, which kind of rapes their strategy, which is Drunken Master long lane. So they ban the Drunken Master so they can come long lane, and he bans the Sandwave because he doesn't want to give Sandwave free farm.
Yeah.
Because they now already knows they're not going to go long lane, Lions that is, so Hanskin just bans all the heroes he doesn't want to give free farm on, which is Sandwave, and he doesn't want to get him to come long lane and Drunken Master, and with Empath as well, because Empath is one of those special support heroes which are really strong, because the wall with the link, once you're out of position, you can die, so Empath is also really tanky the way support builds him in 4 branches at the start.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he just doesn't want to deal with that, and he just gets those out of the way. So I'm really interested to see what Zlap's reaction is to the honest keeper jungle pestilence mid suicide bubbles lanes, which Lions has right now.
Yeah, how do you match up against that? Master of Arms coming out, so he's go right there for Denali Esports. Moon, real quickly, it sounds like the mic may be a little bit too close to you almost because you're getting a lot of static on it, so I don't know if you can adjust that by chance, but just want to make it sound a little... Okay, I think that sounds better. There we go.
Right, it's better now?
Oh, that's definitely a lot better. Yeah, there we go.
Right, yeah, I knew what the problem was. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
No, it's all good. Now I can actually turn you back up a little bit. There we go. I think we're good now. Okay, you talk about it's going to be interesting to see how they react. They got the Master of Arms pick. More than likely going to be their support here, of course. So that's kind of how they're going to adjust. Torture Lion Esports Club is going to be their support of choice. So what do you think of these support options now?
The support options, I think they're both solid. I'm actually kind of interested, kind of surprised that Engineer isn't being picked up here by Lions. They actually like Engineer a lot. But I'm just guessing they didn't pick up Engineer because of the fear that Denial might go long lane. And Engineer is not strong in safe lane, however, he's really good mid lane.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that Torture is way better in the short lane or long lane is because when you cut out of position and it's one-on-one and you have impalement, you're just gonna demolish whoever you fight. No one can man up versus you. Engineer, on the other hand, is kind of weaker in the safe lane, so yeah, and I kind of understand the Torture pickup. I guess they just want to play it safe.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing Engineer, but I mean, again, I hadn't seen it yesterday, and he made the point. It really seems like Engineer's kind of just dropping off lately as a go-to support in a lot of cases. I mean, a perfect example right here, not picked up going into the second tier of picks, and at this rate, very likely not going to be picked up. So, do you think it's just a case that people are seeing Engineer not? I mean, he didn't really have any changes. What do you think the reason is?
I think the reason just being that a lot of people nowadays tend to go dual lane, long lane, or like tri-lane, long lane, and a lot of people like to go aggressive nowadays, and Engineer isn't really that strong without that one setup stun. Like, Pestilence is a setup stun, technically. However, he's not really like a Pebbles where he can initiate from 600 range away. He's not really like a Fade who can initiate from a long range. Nowadays, people tend to pick like those heroes which are really tanky and have a shorter initiation range. For example, Ravenor and Pestilence. Now, you might say Ravenor has a long initiation range, but it's kind of hard to land those those, what is it called? Ball lightnings at a further range compared to a shorter range, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think that's why one of the reasons why it died off.
Yeah. So they get the Ravener, as you're talking about right there, when it comes down to it. So, of course, going to be in the hands of Probusk most likely. You know, Probusk also a great Pestilence player himself. But in this case, you know, they're kind of swapping those heroes around in terms of who's playing well. How about that, though? Grinix coming out for Lion Esports Club. Now, Staggering especially. These guys banned Grinix against Lion Esports Club for the. I mean, it's kind of funny because they banned Grinix, they banned Grinix and Scout. But then we even saw yesterday Madman picked up by Jonas a Fan and do very well with him. So, you know, you only have so many options there when it comes to the ban, but they allow them to get Grinix. You think Denali might be a little worried here now?
Yes, I think it should be slightly worried. In this case, right, I would not put Warbeast versus Bubbles top. If I know, since it's obviously going to be a Bubble safe lane, who's playing it, I would definitely put Hag versus that and put Warbeast in a safe lane. Warbeast is going to do really good versus Grinix. If he maxes his W spell, he doesn't even need to get Hellhound versus Grinix. He can get one level in his passive, and Warbeast's third spell scales at 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%. So it's really good to get one level of the third spell, max your W, and max your Hounds after that. And it should be able to out-CS Grinix with the with his Warcry. At the same time, Grinix can't really man up against Warbeast if Kizu gets a Stout Shield, and he's gonna help his team so much better being in the safe lane because he's gonna farm about 280 GPM, 250 GPM. He's gonna get fast levels compared to being in the long lane because Bubbles will shit stomp Warbeast 1 versus 1. So yeah, and Hag versus Bubbles, Hag would do relatively well actually versus safe lane Bubbles.
Yeah.
So actually, Lions being really aggressive here.
Yeah, they got all 5 going down to the bottom jungle. I mean, they're definitely known for doing this. They're gonna try to get those wards up as well as box out. Of course, Denali Esports. It looks like. I mean, Denali only sending 2 down here initially. They are sending the Hellhound, and there you go. It's gonna kind of scout out at least a little bit of information right there. Don't know 100% of what he saw, but probably has an idea that they need to be a little careful. So you see Wretched Hag kind of positioning herself. And yeah, Pestilence going to run up and actually, he's going to land the Impale Stun. Chain Reaction's just a half a second late. Maybe just a little bit quicker cast time. I don't think it would have been a kill by any means, but more damage, of course, could have been coming out. But you already see the Rev Ward place down. Parasite, he does have 1 Rev Ward on him. And they're going to double block this camp. What do you think about that? I mean, more and more teams seem to be doing this, double blocking this specific camp right here in the Legion jungle.
I think it's smart. At the same time, like, if you spot the moment you see if you Hellhounds, right, the 400 move speed hounds, the moment you see 5 people in the jungle, and you know you're just gonna ward and run away, which is what most people do nowadays. Support shift instantly rotated, instantly walk top and warded Henskin's jungle, and run away. That's what I always do when I used to play support. It works like a charm because there's no fear because you know everyone's in your jungle. You ward and you get out. Henskin comes back to his jungle. He realizes, oh shit, my jungle is warded. What do I do now? Let me counter ward it. Oh wait, I use both counter wards to ward their jungle. So Henskin's farm is gonna get screwed. That's how I screwed up a lot of junglers when I used to play support. And yeah, that's what he should have done, but he didn't do it.
Not happening here. Hanskin's going to go into the jungle, and he's going to have a pretty good time in terms of at least the camps, of course, that he has to work with when it comes down to it. So we'll see how that progresses. Of course, Hanskin, arguably, I mean, I actually had him on as a co-caster the other day, and he made the point that he feels like he's one of the few players that actually enjoys playing Keeper of the Forest, even in that jungle role. Are you on the same page, Moomian, or you're not a fan of playing Keeper?
I like Keeper.
You like playing Keeper?
Yeah,
okay.
It's fun. Hey, one thing to note, bottom lane, look at Hag, because of what Pestilence did at the start, right?
Yeah.
You might see, oh, why did he stun, why did he waste his mana? He was forcing Hag to skill Blink level 1, which meant that Jonas and Fan could have an easier time in the lane. Hag skilled level 1 Blink, so he didn't have level 1 HoN to right-click Jonas down, so Jonas got 3 CS off the first creep wave.
Huh.
So, like, little things like that goes a long way in
yeah.
competitive HoN, so yeah, really well played from Super KG there for the level 1 stun.
Oh yeah, very, very true. You talked about obviously no kill really coming out by any means, but exactly, it definitely got him to force a level up that Blink and giving Grinix a little bit more of an opening, as you put in. Jonas Fan right here, I mean, he's already looking at 5 creep kills. He might get a couple more right here as a mass creep wave pushing, triple archer even, pushing into the tower right here, so he's going to have some good levels after that. This middle matchup, though, you got Pestilence Torture versus the Ravener Master of Arms. Would you lean either way in this matchup, Moon?
I would definitely lean towards Ravenel Master of Arms a little bit more, just because I would like to see Pestilence Engineer as opposed to Pestilence Torture. However, this matchup, they're both really tanky. Most of the times you just see people trading farm. It really goes to which is the more active jungler to win a lane. And in this case, it looks like Parasite is more active. So, yeah.
Parasite being active, sure enough. Pestilence gets the Impel Stun off, but it doesn't matter. Bloodlust kill coming out for the Legion team, and yeah, Parasite being active, as usual, you know, definitely a big factor in a middle lane matchup, and sure enough, comes through right there, so that's a big Bloodlust kill to start things off. You got Ravener already with a 14-1 creep score on top of that. It's even slightly better than Pestilence, as he's now back in the lane already, but that's, of course, big news for Denali Esports, so well played coming out from Zlapt, and he's back into his own jungle once again here, so exactly what they needed to do. Wretched Hag and Grinix going at it. Look at this, actually. Wretched Hag's getting very low on life. Grinix, is going to be chasing. It looks like it. He does have a wrist stock up. Not going to be low enough. He's going to kind of box him out, though. But Grinix seems like, I mean, he's 7-2, so obviously not dominating by any means. In fact, Wretched Hag's having the better time overall. But Grinix at least is doing enough. I mean, Grinix is doing enough, right, Moon?
Yeah, he's doing, actually, I would imagine he would be doing a little bit better. However, I just realized, hey, Warcry is overpowered. And look at that. Hag's hitting him for 80 damage auto attacks. So yeah, those things hurt, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Level 2 Battlecry, of course, coming out there, so
exactly.
Definitely causing some issues when it's all said and done. But Parasite, once again, no, he's going to go back to actually the yellow camp. Get some assistance from Master of Arms even.
And look at that triple stack. That's teamwork right there, man.
Yeah. Hey, assisting with the experience and the gold, so definitely coming in a good play. Warbeast actually go over the top rune. How about that? Warbeast actually going the bottle build here. I don't know if is that a usual thing? I mean, a suicide of Warbeast going bottle?
It's a Kezu thing. I like it because he's laning 1 versus 1, and nowadays Kezu, like, this is 2 runes. Maybe back in the day it was bad, but nowadays, like, because of the rune patch, everyone goes bottle. Like, it's almost essential that a suicide lane goes bottle. Look, Jonas has it, Kezu has it. Kezu tries to go top rune, Jonas goes bottom rune, and yeah, rune control has become so important in this game. And yeah, I like the bottle build, just because there's 2 runes to spawn every time.
Yeah. So you're guaranteed to get one at least, yeah.
And he's always around the ancient area, so he can be doing ancients, walk over, grab it, go back to ancients, you know?
Yeah, definitely making use of it here. I mean, 240 gold per minute, like you're talking about, that's around the range where you ideally want to be at least. And it seems like he's accomplishing that pretty well. Look at the GPM chart. Speaking of that, Ravener's way up there. I mean, of course, the Bloodlust kill, a big part of that, but he is also having a very good time with the creep farm. You got a Revward down from Lion Esports Club, so that's kind of them preparing for perhaps a Parasite Wild Hunter gank. But not going to be happening, of course, just yet by any means. In fact, Parasite, he's over here with a Minotaur, continuing to farm. We do got a Amulet of the Exile finished on Keeper of the Forest, so that Ring of Sorcery, of course, going to be coming up in the near future. If you're Keeper here, do you just go the Ring of Sorcery Astrolabe build? Do you maybe try to rush a Portal Key? Is that important for this game, or?
No, I would definitely rush Rigor Sorcery and Astrolabe and even Barrier Idol for my team. Because if you take a look at Hellborn's team, Legion's team I mean, it's like early game, all they have is magic damage, you know. If you survive the burst, you're gonna win a team fight.
Yeah.
They don't really have the team fight heroes, like, as opposed to Hellborn. They have the AoE stun from Torturer, the AoE from Bubbles, the AoE stun from Pestilence, and the Keeper Root, you know? And the Green X ulti, even though people will say, oh, it's so little damage, but it gives vision around them. And that's huge. Even spots invis heroes. And Legion side, sure they have the Hag ulti, and Revenant AoE, but Revenant is kind of like small of a single target burster. So is Parasite. So if they survive, if they, like, let's say Keeper Max and Barrier Idols, the Pestilence getting initiated on, and they turned it, I do not see Lions losing a team fight.
Yeah. So definitely going for more of that utility, more of that support team build overall. But Keeper the Force is what makes sense here. So again, the Ring of Sorcery is definitely well on its way when it's all said and done. Pestilence kind of being boxed out in the middle. I mean, he had an Illusion Room, but Ravener, again, just the threat of him with that Master of Arms, they get a good initiation off, could definitely be a kill. So really kind of forcing him to play very passive here in this matchup. Only at 226 gold per minute currently. So Super KG really is getting locked down. I mean, you find that, is this going to be an issue? Is this going to be a huge issue for Lions, the fact that he's not doing so well?
It's gonna be a huge issue, but Lions is actually dealing with it right now. They pushing top to try to force support top, but they don't give a damn. And I bet you Jonathan Fan is gonna do his timing gank anytime now.
Yeah.
On the mid lane. He actually TP's top.
They want to
this
keep
is what,
pushing.
This is what Lions likes to do. What they like to do, right? They like to push top, and then what they do is they bait the people pushing top, and at the same time when they're making a play top, they try to go in the guy's middle. So they try to create as much confusion as possible in your Skype chat. And they go on you guys both top and middle at the same time. That's what they are really good at doing, if you notice.
Yeah.
I notice it when I play against them.
Oh yeah, no, they're very active at being, you know, very good at being active in multiple spots, definitely, is what you're kind of talking about there. So, I mean, hell, the top lane, though, I mean, that's a free push. They didn't even really do much distraction, honestly. I mean, both Pestilence and Torture were kind of just sitting back, but dnL Esports was not interested in defending that top tower whatsoever. No rotations by any means coming out. Was that almost a misplay from dnL, you think? Should they have actually invested more into defending that?
Yeah, MOA should definitely have been there, but at the same time, that was what Lions is really good at. They want the MOA to go top, so Pestilence can get some free from middle, you know?
Yeah.
And since MOA stayed middle, Revenant to babysit him, so they took 2 towers top. All they needed to do was MOA rotate top goo, they would have stopped the push, you know, but he didn't want to do it. He chose to sit middle with Revenant. And I don't know whether it paid off, because look at how much map control Lee Hellborn has right now. They're doing the Ancients, and if they can flank around mid from Ancients behind and do a double route, over middle.
Middle lane, Pestilence, actually a lot of pressure right there once again. He's going to be fine, though. Do you have a TP coming in for Bubbles? Actually, the root's going to come off. Master of Arms in a lot of trouble. Shell Surf comes through, and down goes Master of Arms. Kelfield on to Probosco in the meantime. Bat Blast only hit one. On a torch right there. Vagabond into Parasite coming in. Ravener still somehow alive. Grinix jumps in, though, with a Shadow Step, and down goes Ravener. You do see Keeper the Force falling, though. Grinix going to come at a cost right there, as Parasite especially comes in with a counter burst. So a lot of back and forth fighting. But big picture, it looks like dnL Esports may have even come out on top of that. Keeper, Torture, and Grinix all end up falling right there. Master of Arms did buy back, though. That's actually definitely worth noting right there.
Yeah, really good buyback from support. Really hits up play. It's like, hey, my buyback's only 180 gold at level 5.
Yeah.
I buy back, I come back, and I kill Keeper the Force with that buyback. Definitely worth the buyback. And well played from support, man.
Yeah, especially, you know, we've actually talked about it in the past. You know, speaking of buybacks, of course, Stay Green, definitely a team known for doing the early game buybacks. And we brought up the point that, especially on a support hero, like you're just talking about right there, playing the Master of Arms. I mean, the idea of you having a buyback for a later game is like, okay, yes, it's cool, but it's not as significant as your carry or your initiator by any means or anything like that. So, you know, using it earlier on, as we saw right there, I mean, definitely can be the better factor in the end. So, he definitely... good buyback use, and then we see the end result, definitely helping his team make a good comeback in that fight at least. So we're now approaching 10 minutes into this game, and it is a slight lead for dnL Esports. Ravener, again, his goal per minute has actually dropped a bit, but Wretched Hag has really stepped it up now. He's at 375 right as I say that, though. Grinix and Torture combo together to take out Wretched Hag. I believe she was even going for a rune right there, which she got, but happens to be a haste rune, but it did come at a cost as we saw, so a little bit unfortunate there. Slowing here now. Bubbles is off to a great start. He's at 390 GPM. You thinking the obvious portal key here?
Yes, obviously portal key. One thing to note, right? Oh, action.
Yeah, Parasite running into Pestilence. He does steal the flight, actually, with this face hug. Not going to be able to chase him down, though, so Warbeast can't do much to cut him off, so going to be fine in the meantime.
Alright, one thing I want to note is that even though Lions have equal goal lead, look at the support's farm. Support just got his boots, and the only reason why Lions was still in this game was the 2 towers top lane taken.
Yeah.
That got Super KG's steam boots, that got Steel Kid's ward. He has a ward bottom river, a ward top river, a ward top lane, and a counter ward middle. All this was because of due to the 2 towers top, and Bubbles is an 11-minute portal key. You know, if dnL chose to defend at least one of the towers, a tier 2 tower at least, it would open a lot more map control, less map control for Lions, and Lions would have been in a really bad spot right now. But right now, I would say they're actually in a decent spot. They were supposed to lose early game according to the draft, because Lions do have the better mid game in my opinion, and do have the better teamfight team. So if it goes past 15 minutes and dnL doesn't have a 5k lead, I would say dnL might be in some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Grinix on top of that, he just got his Ghost Marchers, a very active item for him, of course, to really continue to be aggressive. I mean, we know that definitely the damage potential of this hero with minimal items, just the synergy of his abilities, allows him to put out some decent damage. He might run into Wretched Hag right here, but Hag's actually going for the Sackstone here. Has the Shield of the 5 on top of the Grave Locket, of course, so going to be getting a full-on Sackstone here to go up against this Hellborn team, and it makes sense. I mean, there's some good physical presence, of course, with the Pestilence and the Grinix even. Grinix kind of, he's Shadow Stepping in right here. Or, excuse me, Rift Stalking, and there's a Shadow Stepping well up, and Bubbles on the fall of the Song of the Sea, keeping the Force running in. Nice Master's Call, though, coming out. Red Jack turns around with the Mad Blast. It does come at a cost for him. It's forced him to stand his ground. He will fall. Granted, the Kelpfoot was given into place anyways, and it's going to set up some counter kills. Grinix and Bubbles will both go down. Keeper of the Forest, he already had used this route, and he's going to run away. So, don't think it was worth it. A double tap for Parasite in the end there, Moon.
That was fantastic play, Mickey, you my Asian brother, you cheeky little bastard. Instead of running away like a little bitch and blinking away, he decided to turn, ulti, and scream and man up. That's my boy Mickey. And because he did that, it set up 2 kills for Parasite, and that was definitely worth it for dnL. So really well played for Mickey. I'm really impressed so far.
Yeah.
Watching him play.
Oh, yeah, he's been a player. I mean, obviously, just before DreamHack, he really started to get some attention after dnL Esports did. And even at DreamHack, I mean, for being, 14 years old, this tiny little dude, man, I mean, he can kick ass in Heroes of Newerth, that is for sure. And we have seen that more and more. Pestilence, in the meantime, they thought about going, but actually, dnL Esports was ready to respond. In fact, Slapped, he just hits level 11 right there. I mean, this is a level 11 Parasite already. That's the highest level in the game, let alone more than the Hellborn team. I mean, you have a Pestilence over here that's level 7 still, and a Grinix is 9 and whatnot. So, I mean, Parasite, to say the least, Slap's just doing a great job as well. That's just the whole team, frankly, of course. But, I mean, the GPM charts is kind of interesting, because as impressive as that is, I mean, I think it goes back to what you're talking about with the secondary tower especially going down. Lion Esports Club still has a good game going for them, especially when you look at the gold chart here.
Yeah, what Lions needs to do right now is just chill out and use every keeper route wisely, every keeper route fast, and they need to predict dnL's TP scrolls, like what they did bottom. I would say if that was executed a little bit... Oh,
Parasite actually picking off. We do have Keeper of the Force, though. Okay, Outfield coming out. He doesn't have a root just yet, however. Wretched Hag going to be able to blink. Parasite running into him. Dust comes out, but here comes a double damage Pestilence. A Parasite running. Oh, he doesn't see him. Impale's done. Keeper the Massive Call going to be used. He will finish off Keeper the Force. He's on the run still. Is it actually going to be enough with the leech buff? Here comes the HoN on a Pestilence, and oh my god, Parasite is going to survive for now. Great teamwork coming up for dnL Esports, but look at Grinix. He wants to finish him off. I think he's going to be able to do that using the Illusory Assault, and yes, down goes Parasite. When it's all said and done, Bubbles thinking about maybe going back in. Grinix actually the Dujon Master of Arms, and they will pick off another. So at least Alliance gets a little bit happening for them there in the very end. But beautiful turnaround from dnL to start that thing off.
yes, it was really aggressive play from dnL. It paid off. They actually went in YOLO with no vision whatsoever. And I gotta say, that's ballsy, and I like it. I like it.
It's fun to watch from dnL Esports. And I mean, you talk about the mid-game presence here of the Hellborn team. It definitely is a strong one, team fight and whatnot. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense that dnL Esports is looking to play aggressive here, right?
Exactly. They do not want Lion Esports to get comfortable. They don't want Lion Esports to get like all cuddly and happy and get the core items up and it pushes 5 and then oh no, now we're screwed because they have the team fight items.
Yeah.
Nope, they want to kill, kill, kill. One gear, Geo, go and keep killing people. That's the Denali Esports. That's how they play like, and as you can witness, they actually pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, they're going for that here. So another couple of solid starting items coming out here on the Legion side to talk about. The Portal Key, of course, on Ravener is finished. You got the Abyssal Skull just actually completed on Warbeast, and Parasite. He has that level 1 Codex, of course, coming out. This is what we talked about too. You know, it's not a shiver to fly around by any means, but it's just as good. The Hellhound that he takes over, he gets to walk around. He finds Torturer, and that's an instant kill right there. That level 1 Codex, more than enough burst damage coming out on a Torturer. So it's talk about the movement continuing here. Most certainly continuing to be the case. You got Grinix. Uh-oh, ball lightning connects. So Rabbit are going to be jumping in. Another Tusk going to be used. They are really on top of that with the nuts. Here comes the Ruth over keeping the force. And a big turnaround chance to impel. The Song of the Sea, the Kelfeld on top. No kills are happening. The Lion Esports Club, they're trying their darndest. Will they finally get something? Pestilence get the impels up. Yes, they will. Rabbit goes down. Warbeast goes down. Master of Arms standing his ground. You do got Wretched Deck in the meantime in the middle of it. Bat Blast order used. Sonar Screen to finish up keeping the force. So it ends up being a 2-for-3 exchange. Maybe a 2-for-4 as Mickey sticking around a little too long. Yes, he will fall. So Lion Esports Club, they do win the fight in the end. Pestilence going to port back to base. I mean, that looked like Denali was going to have a great fight right there, but actually Lion Esports Club, they came together, they fought very well, and all of a sudden, Moon, this game is not so much in Denali's favor.
That was just insane from Super KG. Alright, first of all, Jonathan Fan, he lived with like 1 HP like twice that team fight, bottled up, and then just before he died, Hanskin mech'd and saved his, astrolabed and saved his life. And that's just why, like, if he had Portal Key, if he went a Portal Key by his keeper, they would have been entirely different. He saved, Hanskin saved both Super KG's life and Jonathan Fan's life long enough for the turn. On top of that, he tanked everything, and that's why this is why keeper is so strong. They had to burst down 1.5k HP keeper with keeper armor on top of that.
Yeah.
And Lions having such really innately tanky heroes like Grunex, look, 10 armor on Grunex, 18 armor on keeper, 20 armor on keeper, 18 armor on Pestilence. On top of that, there's keeper armor, all these little things. It took so much damage. They absorbed so much damage, so that they now kind of ran out of steam after they used all their spells, all those little bursts. They ran out of steam, and
well, here we go again. They're going to try to kick him, but again, Super KG with the stun. They do not kill him. Master of Arms, Fork Lightning, going to miss right there. Keeper the Force is going to survive. Pestilence on the run. Bubbles is like, I got to get out of here. Shell surfs away. Torture, though, he's going balls to the wall. Seokid falls back, however, before too much happens. So exactly what you're talking about, though. I mean, Keeper the Force is just too damn tanky. Denali Esports tries to burst him down. It doesn't happen, and no kills happen in the end. But a lot was used by Denali Esports right there. And you see Grinix, he's actually just pushing the top in the meantime. He's got his Energizer finished. He is level 13 now on top of that. He's actually the highest level on his team, trying to keep up with that Wretched Ag, which he really is. So, yeah, it's continuing to get a little bit scarier now for Denali Esports. He was saying if they didn't have a really comfortable lead going into that mid-game stage, then it could be bad news. And we are kind of starting to enter at least the initial part of that mid-game stage. Pestilence kind of caught out here by Parasite, but no, he gets some good line of sight there. And he is going to be fine. Oh, they're going for a turn. Yep, Parasite's in trouble now. Leech comes out. Bubbles is nearby. Bubbles has the Portal Key. There's a sucker. He hits both, actually. Codex comes out. In comes the ball lighting. Going to miss that one. Ravener. Pro Boss gets in a lot of trouble now as a result. A little bit too ballsy right there. He's going to end up falling. Grinix picks up Master of Arms. And Lions is capitalizing on mistakes now.
Yeah. See, this is I don't really blame Denali for making plays like that. They had to do something. This goes back to the draft. Lions just has the stronger team fight draft. The Denial's playstyle is to win the game within 15 minutes or they kind of lose the game. And the game where we played against Denial, they had so much pickoff and it was just so tough to play against them because we felt pressured over and over again. However, Lions, they kept their cool, they kept their ground. They were losing early big time. However, they didn't care about that. They tried their hardest to tank up from the core items, made the right plays, and that's why they're in a really good spot right now to win the game.
Yeah.
I almost say, even though they're only up 2.5k goal, I think Lions is like a 90% chance to win this game right now.
Oh, yeah, and it does feel that way. I mean, just because of momentum, if anything, but also, again, just that lineup. It kind of speaks for that. As a team, they're going to be very, very deadly as we enter this stage of the game now. So I really like what you were talking about earlier, though, about that secondary tower and how that we're kind of seeing that once again really come into play. I mean, you just think back at maybe a small thing, sure, at that time, but it's proven to be a big deal once again. That really gave Lions just enough map control, just enough overall goal to the team to kind of keep in there. Now, as I say that, Pestilence, he does not stand a chance. So, yeah, at the same time, we can't look over the top as Denali Esports. They still have their fight, and they do have some great damage, as we saw right there. On a Pestilence, so good opportunity found, and at the same time too, they do have a War Beast and a Wretched Hag who are getting pretty good farm. I mean, Hag is looking at a life brand finish. He's at 360 gold per minute. War Beast not maybe exactly where he wants to be, but he's about 300 GPM. He's got the Abyssal Skull and 1600 gold here, and another found kill. So hold your horses, Denali Esports. They continue to keep being active like this, find these picks. Then once again, they can take back that lead. As now they're going to push this top tower. So Denali keep it going back to their strategy here, their roots here of we just need to find these individual kills and get these pickoffs. But uh-oh, bottom lane as I say that. Wretched Hag top tower, there goes down, but here comes the Shadow Step. Wretched Hag, the room comes out. No chance to get away, just stands his ground. The Master's Call was 4 seconds away from being used. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Denali is doing what they need to do right now. Dodge all team fights. You are not going to win a team fight versus Lions. And they realize that after they lose 2 team fights versus Lions. Imagine if they just kept at it, what they're doing, picking the people off for the previous 7 minutes instead of looking for team fights. This will be entirely this will be an entirely different game right now. Lions will be in the back foot right now. And now, still showing signs of they're doing really well right now, actually. Oh, as I say that.
Yep, they're trying to get Dravener. Parasite kind of trying to block them. The Shadow Step coming out. Here comes Warbeast and ulti for Manpal. Nice dodge from K2, actually. Auto attack's going off. And down goes, well, no, Grinix is still alive. They finish off Dravener right there. Warbeast still standing his ground. Pestilence is the one that got picked off. Right now, it's 2 players dead on either side. Hag still dead from earlier, of course. And Grinix still chasing, though. He wants the kill on Master of Arms. He is 5 levels higher. Shell Surf in. Master of Arms just out of range. Grinix not the most mana, though. And that'll be just enough for Master of Arms to get away. So, yeah, both sides, it seems like a lot of fights kind of being... hell, we have 30 hero kills in 22.5 minutes. So that really speaks for itself right there in terms of how action-packed this game has most certainly been. But... yeah, I mean, as you were talking about, you said that, and all of a sudden that action picks up their middle lane with a bit of a team fight, so not overwhelming by any means. But Lions Sports solid. 2,900 gold on Grinix, by the way. What are you seeing here on Grinix?
Shotgun head. Everyone in Hellborn's going to get a shotgun head.
Priority there. Except Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah, maybe not Kid guy. Yeah. But just think about like look at Probus for example. He was having like the time of his life mid lane, but what Alliance best at doing, diverting your attention. They made Legion team move around so much away from the Ravenor that Ravenor got picked off here and there and died in team fights, and now his impact just isn't as strong anymore compared to like you were talking about earlier. Like, oh, you think he's gonna have a huge impact this game? So far, he hasn't had the best impact. Look at hero damage percentages.
Yeah, that's true.
Just showing that Lions just a really good team at I would say like they're like kind of like magicians, you know what I mean? They have like this little like diversion, you know? It's called sleight of hand, yeah.
Make you look one way and all of a sudden something else is happening, yep.
Exactly. They're the best, they're magicians. They're the HoN magicians, in my opinion.
It's definitely a helpful attribute in terms of helping them with their success, so... there is, I mean, speaking of Shrunken Head, Warbeast is actually just around the corner there. Casey, 3,800 gold, so he's going to kill this last Predator Crusher. And he will have enough gold to buy a straight-up Shrunken Head, which we'll see right-clicked here soon, I'm sure. So there you go. So he's going to have that now, and obviously a big item pickup, especially dealing against the Keeper of the Forest. So that's going to be good for him. Parasite, by the way, going the Arcana, so he's not going to be leveling up the Codex. Looks like, I would assume, he's going to be going for a Hellflower. You think that makes sense?
Yes, especially after the nerf on item slot Parasite.
Yeah.
And then he just got the Codex for the early game control, and then he's transitioning to a Hellflower against the bubbles, just to lock the bubbles down.
Wow.
Which I like.
Yeah, that was a nice dodge right there by Super KG. Actually portal-keyed right before the HoN connected on him. at the top lane as Hag jumped him. So, but you see Pestilence though. I mean, he's still level 10. He is really under-leveled. I mean, again, under-farmed to an extent. Only 250 GPM. So yeah, this has not been Super KG's game when it comes down to it for Lion Esports Club here. But still, as a team, I mean, they do have the gold lead at least. Experience lead does remain slightly in the Legion's team favor. But yeah, the Hellfire being worked on by Bubbles as well. So we're going to see one on either side here. In this game when it's all said and done. Oh, there's a jump. Great Pestilence stun coming out. Master of Arms, the Shell Surf connects. Parasite's going to fall before he can do a damn thing. Master of Arms, he puts it even the Master's call up, but that's only going to delay the inevitable right there as a double tap comes out for Sealkid and now Lion Esports Club. They're going to go right for the secondary tower. So, beautiful find on their part, and I wouldn't be surprised. What do you think, Kongor or push into the base here?
Kongor. They should not push in the base right now.
Yeah.
A buyback and a catch from Revenor could be catastrophic. On top of that, they have the late game, so why would you don't have to make all those risky plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like straight to Kong, like you said.
Going to the Congo. You got a level 16 Grinix now, by the way, too. Again, Jonas Fan just knows what he's doing on heroes like this. And I was making the point yesterday, Jonas Fan, it really feels like, and I would think there would be data to back it up somewhere, but he plays the most heroes out of anyone on the competitive scene right now. It's just ridiculous the amount of heroes we see him play. I mean, even yesterday we saw that Suicide. Well, we've seen the Suicide Corrupted Disciple recently. We saw the Madman, obviously. We saw the Doctor Repulsor that he played. I mean, just plays a many amount of heroes. The Congo attempt going on, though. Middle tower is going to fall right there. Torture trying to chain reactions, trying to distract, really. Trying to get them to bait on him. They oblige, but here we go. Jumping to Wretched Act. There's a Saga to Saiyan. Wretched Act did not stand a damn chance once again. Warbeast, he goes ulti form. Ravener is now taking a lot of damage. He will be fine for now. The Demons of Master's Call going to keep him alive, it looks like. But now Master of Arms support going to be in no man's land. As Parasite comes in, though, but not enough damage to take out Pestilence. Kelfield going to hold the Parasite in place. Wretched Act comes back with the buyback. She picks off Pestilence right there. Bubbles out turning around. No, but there's another buyback. This time on Lion Esports Club side as Pestilence comes back. And you see Denali Esports, they're going to start falling back once again. But Critic says, no, you ain't going nowhere, Parasite. And never mind, I guess he is actually. So that's going to be the end of that fight. More chaos. Kongor not falling yet, but they're going to go right back to it. This game, man.
Kongor.
Yep. A buyback for Pestilence, a buyback for Master of Arms, or excuse me, for Wretched Hag. They still want to make something happen, but again, Pestilence gets the jump first. Ravener gets a Shrunken Head off. Will it be enough to survive? It looks like it barely. Yes, he will be good for now. Kongor is going to go down in the background. Parasite jumping Torture in the meantime. But no, realizing he does not want to commit to that. Hellflower's applied, though. Bubbles just got that. The auto attacks, and Ice and Pillshot once again. He catches both. Wretched Hag and Parasite fall right there. And now the momentum is really growing for Lions. All of a sudden, a 7,000 gold lead and 8,000 experience lead. And you have a token of life on Bubbles on top of everything else. So this is where Lion Esports Club is really going to start shining now.
And you were just talking about how this is not Super KG's game. He's like, screw you, Breaky!
Shut up, Breaky.
I'm going to land 3 stuns in the team fight, and I'm going to rape. He landed double stuns every 8 seconds. I've been counting. He did it 3 times total. Pestilence Impale is an 8-second cooldown. He blink Impale, hit a couple times, went back, counted, waited for his portal key, blink Impale again, hit a couple times, went back. It's insane timing from Super KG, insane positioning.
Yeah.
And actually, like, and him, not only that, Fuzi of the follow-up, Pestilence Bubbles, really good teamwork, and that pretty much won them the team fight over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely it. Exactly. I mean, Super KG really came through in that fight when it's all said and done. It's the Lion Esports Club again. Where they're at right now with their leads is pretty damn good. Keeper the Force, he's even cleaning out the Legion jungle here before he makes his way all the way back to his side of the map. But Grinix, I mean, Grinix has a full Shrunken Head, another 2,500 gold already saved up. And he's going to continue to push out this bottom lane in the meantime. So, you know, something like that Brutalizer perhaps, or, you know, another route. We'll see where Jonas Fan goes here. Is there something that stands out to you? Maybe that Soul's Bulwark? Even they don't even have a Soul's Bulwark yet, so.
Yeah, I think, I mean, they can go any item at this point and still win the game. The Keeper even bought a Blink Dagger. He's probably going to go double. They're going to have a double Keeper route soon. I like the Blink Dagger in this case because they were so far ahead. Not only that, but in the sense that he just wanted to farm aggressively. And when you farm aggressively and you have a portal key, you can just blink away to safety. So
yeah.
And Jonathan Fan, I'm gonna say he's gonna buy. I don't know. The guy's so unpredictable. Bulwark is the right choice, but I see he might even buy a Bastion for, you know.
That's all I'm saying. I'm thinking the Brutalizer, man. I'm thinking the damage output for himself, be more the greedy
Exactly.
style. Yeah, that's
I
probably
go
gonna be coming
Shieldbreaker,
up.
actually. I think he's going to be a Shieldbreaker.
That's true. That too. Yeah, he's running back to base right now. So,
I think he's going to buy a Shieldbreaker, and Super KG is the one that's going to buy the Bulwark later.
all right. We'll see if the Moon Prophet is correct in this case.
It's always correct.
Always. We'll see. Arcana's picked up by a keeper, so that's a little bit more predictable there.
Yeah.
Resto Stone coming out on him. In fact, there's a Sustainer. 32 more 100 Coldheim bubbles, actually, so he's pulled up plenty, yeah. So clearly that's standing on the Hellborn side. I mean, you look at Wretched Hag, Mickey actually just passing up the Grimoire power, at least for now. He actually bought the Mighty Blade. Of course, he even used a buyback on top of that, so that definitely hurt the situation. But wonder if he's still going to go for that. Oh, Bubbles, by the way, he stops Parasite from TPing. Now, Parasite just picked off Bubbles. But of course, he had the token alive, and Grinix jumps in at the last second to go for the kill steal. No, but gets the kill in the end for the team. So, I mean, sure, he got the token alive to be used, but that's really not the biggest steal in the world, and Parasite sacrificed his life to do so. So, yeah, great turnaround coming out right there from Lions, and Parasite's now dead for another 45 seconds. He doesn't have a buyback, but I don't think they're going to be able to push into the base by any means at this rate, but... So Denali is going to hang in there for definitely at least a little bit longer, give some fight, of course, as they should. But no doubt Lions is looking pretty strong here in game number 1. After the early game, again, being definitely in Denali's favor. So is there anything for you, like, first off, with Wretched Hag, does he still need to go that Grimoire in full, or are you fine with him just going for the Shrunken now?
I mean, he should just committed to an item in the first place. If he was going to go Grimoire, he shouldn't have one Shrunken Head. If he was gonna go Shrunken Head, he should never have picked up the Life Brand.
Yeah.
Because he did that, he's gonna be pretty behind right now. He's gonna be pretty useless for the next. Well, he was pretty useless. I mean, he's gonna be pretty useless for the next 10 minutes at least, until he gets his items. And I would say Shrunken Head would be the better choice here, because you need to do some plays. You can't just sit back with a Grimoire and farm.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win.
Well, you know, it's kind of funny. We just saw right there, Grinix, sure enough, neither one of us were correct, apparently. He actually goes a Nullfire Blade, level 2. So, hey, I guess that works, too. He's going to find Warbeast right here, actually. Warbeast going to be forced to take this stun. Didn't use the Shrunken Head, actually, but KZU gets the Defensive Master's Call. He's going to be fine for now. He will survive in the long run. Everyone's staying alive, actually, on the Legion side. So, that's a pretty big deal. Nobody ends up getting picked up. Pestless, though, he wants to maybe get the Courier. That's not going to happen, though. But, yeah, level 2 Nullfire actually just got delivered to him, and he's going to be able to use that right there. But still, I mean, it's definitely an effective item. Definitely not the one I saw coming, but it's the Nullfire here.
I think he got it just to counteract the Hellflower from Parasite.
Okay. And the Defensive Master's Call, I'll take that off. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
exactly.
purpose,
Yeah, and maybe Hag's HoN. I'm pretty. He's like, stupid Hag kept haunting me and stuff. I'm so slow. So he just wants to move like fast. You know, he just wants to be like Superman. So it's like, I mean, he's gonna purge off the HoN and moves really fast. I guess. I mean, it's fine. You know.
Yeah.
Like I said, he didn't go any item. He's still gonna win, I think.
Yeah, it's not a troll item by any means, but yes, but it's definitely a debatable one at that. But still, at the same time, yeah, it's they are in a comfortable spot. Is what it keeps going back to. The Soulsborg is finished on Warbeast. With that said, Shrunken Head in full now finished on Mickey, playing that Wretched Hag. So again, as we were just talking about, kind of going the Light Brand and then stopping that to go to the full Shrunken Head. We'll probably be going the full Grimoire now, and if he manages to get that, especially, I mean, he has his level 3 ultimate, of course. I mean, he's us, especially with the Grimoire.
Oh, look bottom, look bottom.
What's going on bottom? Oh, they find Grinix, actually. He's going to activate that Shrunken Head. He's going to jump Master of Arms. Look at the damage output. Master of Arms did not stand a chance right there. You see the Purge going to be used on a Ravener. He, too, will fall. And he's just going to go into the lane now and clean up the creep wave. So, yeah, that's seemed like Grinix might have been the one in trouble. Nope, not so much. Yeah, team support.
Yeah, see, what Nile has here is what I call a 4 protect 1 strategy, where you have 4 people running around trying to kill stuff, and you have one guy just farming the entire game. In this case, it's the War Beast, but I haven't really seen KZU's farm really take off, per se, this game. I felt like the amount of pressure that Nile put early game, KZU should be harvesting at least 450 GPM. But I think he's farming a little bit too safe. And, yeah, he's only at 367 GPM at the moment.
We do see a jump in the background right here. Wretched Hag kinda just melted. Does not have a buyback. Roots in the background, of course. Does he still have a second rune? No, that's Second one he even used right there, but they got 2 players dead. Ravenous going to be resurrecting right here, but Wretched Ag's not coming up for another minute, unfortunately, for dnL. So this will be a free set of racks right here, most likely. dnL might just go for a last stand right here. In fact, it looks like they are. Ravenous says, I want to make something happen. He jumps on a pestle, then Pilstone comes out, though. Parasite silenced in the background. Granix doing work on the Master of Arms with those auto attacks. Parasite is able to burst down Torture, but at the same time, it is just that. It is just a support Torturer going down for Lions. And now Kelfoot to lock down Ravener. Grinix doing work in the background. He picks up Parasite, and now he's coming in to help clean up on a Ravener. Shadow step in, a hat trick, and a champion of newer streak for Jonas Fan playing the Grinix. Is he going to get a quad kill? Casey gets jumped, and yes, he will. Quad kill coming out, and that's how the game will end. GG, well played. Lion Esports Club, they take game number 1 here in this best out of 3 series against dnL Esports here in the losers bracket final. So, I mean, final thoughts on that game there, Moon? We pretty much covered it for the most part, but final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Lions, Fuzi, Jonathan Fan, both of them were combined 40% damage. If I had to give MVP this game, I'll give it to... I'm going to say Fuzi here.
Yeah?
I mean, Jonas played extremely well, but Fuzi was just follow up on every single